You know about how to use Elliott waves to forecast the financial markets, so today I thought we could look at an example of forecasting using Elliott waves beyond the financial markets by looking at some Elliott waves in a non-financial data series. This is a chart that we initially ran in the Socionomist in November 2014, and it plots mentions of the term nuclear weapon in Google Books' database. And if you study this chart, I think you'll see a fairly familiar five-wave form. And we also thought it was interesting to look at the timing of major events regarding nuclear weapons with respect to where those events occurred on this chart. So, for example, the first wartime use of nuclear weapons, the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, coincided with the peak of Wave 1. If we look at this peak in Wave 3 here, we had some of the most dramatic moments of the Cold War. This was the time around the Bay of Pigs invasion, the Cuban Missile Crisis, and even the Stanley Kubrick nuclear war satire Dr. Strangelove comes out near this peak in this third wave. And then we have the height of the Cold War during the Reagan years, here in the 1980s. And then as the Cold War wraps up, the USSR disbands, we see a long-term period of reduced concern and mentions of the phrase nuclear weapon in books. So from an Elliott wave perspective, we were counting a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves up to make a larger degree wave 1. We had a correction for wave 2, and so we were anticipating a third wave up in heightened concern regarding nuclear weapons. In fact, we wrote at the time, from an Elliott wave perspective, the chart suggests that today's nuclear complacency will eventually give way to another wave of nuclear concern. Indeed, when we look at world events and world headlines, it does seem that that renewed nuclear concern era is upon us.